It's here. It's May. Thank you for being a part of the program on this beautiful first day of the 5th month. Glad to have you with us tonight, and glad it's been a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We are going to see a summer-like day tomorrow, still on tap for the upper 80s on your Thursday, and a lot of sunshine before a lot of changes for your Friday. Shower and thunderstorm chances by mid-late afternoon Friday, around that time frame, will carry us through the weekend with the continued chance of pretty good chance of some showers and thunderstorms on your Saturday, Derby Day, and more chances than I spoke of last evening. Even an updated forecast in just a few moments. Now, I will talk about it later on in the program and give you the complete list of information, largely what it is every year, but a few little tweaks to be made to programming. But the Montgomery County Rescue Squad media auction starts just a little after this time tomorrow night and Friday night, 6:30 for the opening bell. And as such, as is always the case, there's no way to, in an effort to make the changeover for it to be live and on Howard's Communication and Howard's Cable and Foothills Communication, my apologies, we will not have a regular program for you tomorrow and Friday, but at 6:30, I want you to tune in, not to this channel on Foothills, but on Howard's Cable, this channel. If you're watching 62, I'll give you the channel lineup and all the other ways you can watch in just a few seconds and the times. Just a reminder, though, that tomorrow at 6:30, I want you to tune in and join us for the Montgomery County Rescue Squad media auction, and we'll make it very accessible to you, and I'll tell you how in just a few seconds. With that said, let's get through the headlines for tonight, and I've got to start making that changeover and getting everything ready to go live tomorrow night, tonight. A couple of things to pass along before we go any further on the national front, just a little FYI. A lot of folks keeping an eye on interest rates, hoping they're going to go down for a variety of reasons. It's affecting us all, as is inflation. And the Federal Reserve today held its key interest rate pat again and says they have no immediate plans to lower it in the near future after a resurgence of inflation this year. The Fed said, quote, in recent months, there has been a lack of further progress toward the Fed's 2% inflation objective. And it went back and repeated previous statements that, it, quote, does not expect it will be appropriate to reduce the target range until it has gained a greater confidence that inflation, which is right now 3 to 4%, is moving sustainably forward toward the Fed's 2% goal. The worries of the persistent inflation indicate the Fed likely is not going to be prepared to cut rates for at least a few months, if not any longer. It's largely hopeful that they will by the end of the year. I think at this point, from lenders and others that I speak of or speak with, the Fed's key rate continues to stick somewhere right around 5.25% to 5.5%. That is a 23-year high. And since March of 2022, the central bank has raised the federal funds rate 11 times from where it was at near zero to kind of throttle inflation, but has left it unchanged since last July. We're going on almost a year now. That means that we will continue to struggle with higher borrowing costs for everything from mortgages to your credit cards, your car loans, and the like. Do the math. If you had a loan change, come up and term and go on, or if you've purchased a new vehicle as of late or anything of that nature, well, you've seen the effects that it's had. So, as of yesterday, and today being the first day that the spring wildfire hazard season is over, that means that the restriction on burning between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. is no longer in place. Our spring forest fire hazard season is over as of today. However, just to pass along to you, the Kentucky Division of Forestry has asked me to remind everyone that the law still requires, even though you can burn currently pretty much any time of day, that anyone doing so outdoors must always take proper precautions to keep your fire from escaping. Other regulations on open burning still apply. Common sense is a large part of that. And you can still be responsible for fires, of course, that do get out of hands. So still, they urge use caution at all times. The Big Sandy Regional Detention Center has a couple of men jailed after over a half a pound of meth was taken from them here in Montgomery County. and a serious accusation of rape in the first degree as well. And more news to follow. Thanks to you, Frazier's Prater Drug has been voted #1 in customer satisfaction with Good Neighbor Pharmacies for the 7th year in a row. With curbside pickup for all of your prescription, allergy, or even multivitamin needs. Or come in and pull up a stool while you shop, or just visit downtown and treat yourself to something extra tasty or sweet. Where locally owned means a more personal, reliable, and friendly pharmacy. Frazier's Prater Drug. Whether you've got a new ride and you want it to stand out in the crowd, or you want your current ride to look and feel like a new one, no one does lifts, wheels, and tires better than Conley's. Stop in now for spring tire specials, free quotes, and 0% financing, or log on to conleytire.net. There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway.
Atrial fibrillation is one of the more common rhythms we see.
AFib is an arrhythmia of the heart where the top part of the heart is beating erratically and out of sync with the bottom part of the heart.
The electrophysiology service is made up of a team of healthcare providers, and that includes an electrophysiology lab where we're able to do procedures to help repair heart rhythm problems. When a patient becomes heart rhythm free, it can really restore their life.
ARH, more for Appalachia.
Raise your hands. Who thinks math is hard? Now, who thinks feeding a family of 4, 6, 8, or 10 is even harder? Well, so do we. Welcome to Math and a Meal Made Easy. Did you know you can get a family meal deal at your Sayersville Lee's for as low as $4.61 a person with bone-in chicken, $4.15 a person with our famous strips? That's chicken sides and biscuits. Count to 100? Thank a math teacher. Feed a family for less? Come to your Sayersville Lee's. An Inez man is jailed in the Big Sandy on account of rape in the first degree. This after authorities arrested him yesterday morning early. This after a female called 911 saying that she had been picked up by a man and raped soon thereafter in a parking lot in Inez. Just after 8 o'clock yesterday morning, the Martin County Sheriff's Department says that they responded to the Junior Horn BP after a woman there claimed that she'd been picked up by a man just before that and then raped soon thereafter. She claims that this man, 45-year-old Stephen Kasdorf, picked her up, drove her around for a while before finally stopping at the senior citizens parking lot, and that's where he first asked her, she claims, if she'd heard about the last 2 girls from ARC that were raped and then killed. She started to fear for her life, she says, and then claims that that's when he forced himself on her, raped her in the vehicle in the parking lot of the Senior Citizens Center, and afterwards dropped her off in an area on Kentucky 645. Police say she was able to give them a very good description of the suspect, a grayish mustache and beard, and saying that there was a helmet in the back of the vehicle and that he had a yellow or orange vest on. Police said video surveillance obtained from the Senior Citizen Center showed this man and his vehicle pulling into the Senior Citizen Center lot around the same time of the described encounter and rape, parked for several minutes and then leaving. Police saying Kasdorf's vehicle was located a short time later after the victim was interviewed, and that he admitted to picking up the female and ultimately going to the Senior Citizens parking lot. The victim was taken to Three Rivers for a forensic assessment. while Kastorf was charged with rape in the first degree. In other news, these two men remain jailed in the Big Sandy after being arrested late last week by the Kentucky State Police, who say that late last week, shortly before midnight, the night of Thursday of last week, they were conducting a traffic safety checkpoint on the Mountain Parkway here in McGoffin County near mile marker 70. A black SUV driven by Nicholas Shane Barnett pulled up with a passenger identified as Tony Endicott. Endicott giving verbal consent to search his person. They found some prescription medication in his pocket. And then with probable cause, a search of the vehicle turned up more. Authorities finding a bag belonging to Endicott at his feet, a meth pipe inside a glove, and inside the center console, a large Ziploc-style baggie containing 237 grams, or a half a pound, of suspected methamphetamine. Police believing both men had just returned from a trip out of town to purchase the methamphetamine and bring it back to Paintsville and Johnson County to sell on the streets. Barnett charged with driving on a suspended or revoked license, trafficking in a controlled substance, methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia, and Endicott was charged with trafficking and paraphernalia possession. Next, it's time for the community calendar. And David Paul, Papa David, are you listening? Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. David Paul Howard, Papa David, the happiest of birthdays from the kids, Deveda and Donnie and Sheila, all the grandkids, and everybody in the family who wishes you the best. Hope you're watching, David. Happy birthday to David Paul Howard. And if you know David, stop by and give him a birthday wish or shout out to him. It'd be greatly appreciated. Happy birthday, Papa David. The McGoffin County Health Department's got their big health fair tomorrow. They've got a big screen TV. They've got, I don't know how many gift cards and other great prizes. They've got all sorts of vendors and free services. They're going all out to try to get as many people to stop by tomorrow. Be sure and do so starting at 9 in the morning at the health department. Be sure to stay with me. I'll tell you more about the 46th Annual McGoffin County Rescue Squad Media Auction channel lineup and everything you need to know in just a few moments. A reminder that a night of worship is coming up in the Sagersville City Park this Saturday, 7 o'clock. Hosted by Isaac and Tawana Perkins, Nolan and Sarah, Seth and Elizabeth Binder, and a great night to pray. Bring your family, bring something to sit on, and enjoy yourself for the night of worship. Elk Creek Free Will Baptist 12th Annual Bass Fishing Tournament. They blast off Saturday at 7. Call 548-0118 if you have any questions. The next Royalton Community Council Trader Days is this Saturday, 9 until 5 at the Battlefield Park. There's still time to be a vendor if you want to be. Call 496-9996 and talk to Janice. Just $50 to be a vendor or a yard seller or a food vendor. I think it's $30 for the food vendor, but nevertheless, still a bargain. Going to be a great day. Another bargain, my community calendar. It's free. You just got to tell me what you want to put on it. Funeral services tonight, as we go further, have been set for tomorrow at 1 for 57-year-old Paul Brian Reisner of Sagersville. He passed away Saturday, survived by his sons Joshua Neil Reisner and Christopher Daniel Reisner, his brother Jamie, sister Tina Slusher, and 4 grandkids. Paul is preceded in death by his wife, Bessie Joseph Reisner, and again, services start tomorrow at 1 from the Right Hand Middle Fork United Baptist Church. Services start tomorrow at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home in honor of 86-year-old Mary Catherine Arrington of Sagersville, who passed away Sunday, survived by her son Tony Arrington and 3 brothers, Frank, Joe, and Bobby, and 2 grandkids. Again, services start tomorrow at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation continues this evening up until 9. Services also start tomorrow, those being held at the Sagersville Funeral Home for 59-year-old Jimmy Porter of Sagersville. He passed away Saturday, survived by his wife Pamela, brothers Sherman and Sammy and Timmy, his sisters Michelle Brewer and Tanya Prater. And again, services start Thursday at 1 from the Sagersville Funeral Home. Services have now been set for this Friday at 1 o'clock. For 62-year-old Jerry Lee Allen of Sagersville. She passed away Sunday, survived by her daughters, Faith Marie Shanks, Charity Diane Nipper, Amberlynn Patrick, and Emily Sturgill, brother Jack Rome, and 14 grandkids. Jerry Lee is preceded in death by her husband Harold, 2 daughters, Connie Sue Cook and Mary Kate Clancy, and brothers Bill and Paul, and a sister Donna. Services start Friday at 1 from the Fritz Church of God. Arrangements still incomplete for 72-year-old Rick Stacy of Sagersville, who passed away Tuesday. Arrangements incomplete as well at this hour for 60-year-old Tarzan Prater of Warsaw, Indiana, formerly of McGoffin County, who passed away Saturday. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
You ready to graduate? Yeah, I'm so ready to go.
I can't believe we're graduating, guys.
Well, at least this won't be the last time we see each other.
Yes, we'll all be together again in our 10-year class reunion.
And I can't wait.
Come on, guys. Let's take a picture so we'll have it at our class reunion.
3, 2, 1.
Don't leave your friends standing alone at your class reunion. Stand up for what you think is right. Say no to drugs.
Choosing our future, staying drug-free.
It's never too late to talk with your parents, doctor, counselor, teacher, or another adult you can trust. For more information on drug prevention and treatment options, contact the McGoffin County Health Department at 606-349-6212.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Spring isn't the only season here. It's also senior season. It's a season for love, a season for Jesus, and a season to shop local at the Seasonal Shop with spring colors, styles, and fashions by Charlie Page and Simply Southern and more of your favorites, new arrivals in bags and totes and jewelry and more. And they've got everything lemon lavender, spa essentials for a little at-home pampering. And from simple to chinoiserie, must-see home decor is at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville. Before I talk about your weekend outlook, let's remind you about a few big things happening this weekend, and they are very closely related. One, the McGoffin County Rescue Squad Media Auction, 46th Annual, kicks off again tomorrow night at 6:30. Here's your channel lineup and your timing, and another very important event that will be going on that you'll be able to see via live stream over this very important May weekend. That's right. It's here. It is here. And it's a lot of prep. I mean, the rescue squad's been prepping on it now for months with your help, and I've got a lot to do between now and then. Tomorrow at 6:30. Tomorrow and Friday, 6:30 till 9. And Saturday starting at 2. The 46th Annual McGoffin County Rescue Squad Media Auction. Now, I say this every year because it's just the way it is. The first few moments are always a little bit bumpy, just getting all the stars to align with all the different technology that we kind of put in this to make this live event happen. So if it's not exactly 6:30, just wait. We'll be there, and we'll be there in a couple of different ways or places, as of course is normal. Howard's Cable and Foothills Communications will be live streaming. It's channel 62 on Howard's Cable. Same channel. I know channel 7 might still be operational for Your News Today, but channel 62 is the primary channel for Your News Today, and it will be 62 on Howard's and channel 2 on Foothills starting tomorrow night. 62 Howard's, 2 on Foothills. I will also be live streaming it on my YouTube channel under Your News Today by Rick Mortimer, and our Sagersville Independent Facebook page should be live streaming as well. So we should be able to get you through not through any, but through our most popular social media channels. So again, tomorrow night and Friday night, starting at 6:30. Saturday, starting at 2. Howard's Channel 62, Foothills Channel 2, and live streaming as well simultaneously on my YouTube channel, Your News Today by Rick Mortimer, and on the Sagersville Independent Facebook page. Anything changes, well, go to the Independence page, and we'll certainly let you know if we have any delays or technical difficulties. But we've been doing it for a while, and like I said, maybe a minute or two late at the onset, but after that, we should get going rather quickly, and hopefully with your help. Please remember those phone numbers, 349-6001. It's the only one you need to know. And we'll, of course, have that right on the bottom of your screen starting tomorrow night at 6:30. And there's also something very special going on this weekend in Maryland, Emmitsburg, Maryland, and it will be live streamed as well. This is some video from last year's National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, where they honor fallen firefighters, and this year they will do so for 226, a total of 13 from Kentucky, and we'll go through that entire list when I have a recap and report later on next week. But McGoffin County Rescue Squad Captain Carter Conley, who always was very upfront that he was a firefighter first and a rescue squad captain second, will be among those being honored this weekend. And there are a couple of ways that you'll be able to see that live stream. The National Fallen Firefighters Candlelight Service will be on Saturday evening at 7:30. And the National Fallen Firefighters Memorial Service will be Sunday morning at 10. And firehero.org is the website for the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. They also can be found on their YouTube channel and Facebook page as well, simply by looking for National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. If you can and have time to watch, we certainly encourage you to do so. This is a very distinguished honor for Carter, and if not, we'll have some coverage on this later next week. With that said, taking a look at your Licking Valley RECC 7-day, we topped out at 87 degrees in downtown Sagersville today. We're still in the 80s at 82 right now outside the newsroom. Had a gust today of about 10 miles per hour, the largest, 2 or 3 miles per hour out of the west right now. Sunrise 6:37, sunset 8:24. We are on our way down to 49 degrees tonight under mostly clear skies and wrapping up a beautiful Wednesday in the neighborhood, and tomorrow's got summer written all over it for your Thursday. 88 degrees right now, a very light wind out of the south, 3 to 5 miles per hour, and partly cloudy skies tomorrow night. That's a summer-like day, absolutely 100%. And the last like it for a little while. We've got some factors coming into focus here that will give us shower and storm chances, and a lot of them for days. Starting off with Friday, the running of the Oaks. It's going to be interesting to see what the weather does in Louisville over the course of Derby weekend. Friday, 82 and 63 for us, and an 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms as this system rolls through. And your Saturday shows pretty much the same, with temperatures lessening down to about 77, mostly cloudy, and again, another 80% chance of showers and storms Saturday, and Saturday evening, pretty much the same. Not so great days for so much going on here in eastern Kentucky. Sunday, we come out of that with 80 degrees and partly sunny and a 50% chance of showers. And look at that pattern. Temperatures are fluctuating a little bit throughout next week. Everywhere from 88 tomorrow down to the upper 70s and a little bit back and forth thereafter. 80 Sunday, 78 Monday, 85 Tuesday, 84 Wednesday. We've got sunshine across the board all 4 of those days, including the latter half of your weekend. But look at that. Each and every day, a 50 or even 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms thunderstorms. This forecast might be tweaked between now and then, but right now that pattern looks to be pretty much what we will see. And certainly the greatest chance of showers and storms will be your Friday and your Saturday. That's about all I can say on that topic. And with that, I'm going to start this evening making the conversion to get everything switched over and have a live feed for you tomorrow from the Magafa County Rescue Squad for the 46th Annual Media Auction. I cannot believe it's already here. It's going to be a big weekend, and we hope that is one of your portions of it. If you can at all, please help support, bid, buy, donate to the Magafa County Rescue Squad. I hope to hear from you and hear those phones ringing around this time. Well, pretty much exactly this time if you're watching the early show tomorrow night. Thank you for watching. Talk to you then.